Ding, ding, same old song and dance. We are back for round two.
Let's freaking go, baby.
Dude, I am so
as my
pumped
hat,
again.
as my new hat says.
I know, man. I'm jealous of the hat. Just so for those who are listening, it says it's Adam Cole, baby.
I love
We're
it.
ready to rock, man. I'm so ready. So on today's, we're gonna recap, man. We're gonna recap, AEW last week. We're gonna recap SmackDown. We're gonna talk about Raw.
We were going to recap AEW, but we totally forgot that tonight the NBA playoffs are taking over. So AEW is going to be Friday instead. So we'll catch AEW next week. Plus pay-per-views
Well, we
coming
might
up too.
touch on AEW from last week.
Yeah,
we
we
didn't get
will.
a chance to talk about it, but
Yeah.
obviously we can't talk about the one from tonight
Yeah.
because there is no tonight. And actually, just for those who will be ready for next week, there's none next week either. That's Friday next week too.
Yep.
It's the after show. Friday's the go home show. So I mean, dude, I'm so pumped yet again to just get started with it. So, dude, where you want to start, man? You want to start SmackDown, AEW? Do you want to go with Raw first?
No, I don't. I want to go SmackDown first.
Okay.
I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about SmackDown in general, but I want to go through the matches a little bit because some of them I thought were great and some of them I thought were just, let's be honest, some of them were shit.
Yeah, it's per the usual, man.
It's kind of, I don't know what's going on, and we'll talk more about that. But SmackDown, so SmackDown last Friday started off. It started off with that stupid ass 3-woman tag match with your favorite Nia Jax and Shayna and who was it? Bailey? Yeah, Bailey versus Bianca, Natty, and Tamina.
Everyone knows how I feel, and Nia does nothing to help me with this when I watch her. Nothing. It's just, oh my God. Sometimes I get so frustrated when I watch her because, it's kind of like we talked about last time too, is that they're not, and I'm not going to put all blame on her. I mean, she sucks, in my opinion, but I'm not going to put all the blame on her. They put her in horrible spots. Her and Shayna Baszler are not a good pair, and they're trying to make her comedic, and she's not funny.
Not one bit, dude.
No.
So she needs to go back to, and I think this is what's happening right now. From watching, and this kind of leads into Raw too a little bit, what happened as far as I think they might be separating.
God, I hope so.
She needs to go back to the Irresistible Force and just be dominant and be done with. I don't actually mind her with Shayna Baszler. I really don't. I think the tag team, I think they're good, but the way that the storyline is going, it's just getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And it's like, you know what? They just need to stop it now, separate it, and go their separate ways. Because Shayna Baszler was dominant when she was a singles person.
Oh, she's frightening, dude. And like we joked with Riddle too, she's a legit badass anyway. Like the girl is a legitimate badass.
Yeah.
But it's just, it doesn't work, man. And let's be honest with ourselves too. Like we've talked before. I love the women wrestling. I love the evolution and how everything has gone. But the women's tag division sucks. Like there's not much to it. When your title holders are Tamina and Natty, you got issues. I mean, the title, the best thing I've heard, I was watching something. What was I watching? I was watching a documentary about AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And they talked about the title. No, it was my bad. It was Rob Van Dam. It was Icons.
Yeah.
And they said when he held the television title in ECW, there's two ways it goes. The title either elevates the person or the person elevates the title.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, with the tag titles, when Sasha and Bailey had them, it elevated the title. 100% elevated the title. And now it's just like, what are you going to do? And I mean, I'm biased just because I don't like Nia, man. I don't like her.
You're right on the tag. I think when Sasha and Bailey held them together, it was awesome. When they first came out with those, I thought it was a great idea. And I still think it's a great idea. You have to have the right people in there and the right storyline for that. Brandon, appreciate you coming on tonight, man. Brandon's the COO of Lounge Room Network, which is where all of our podcasts are. Me and Steven obviously run other ones as well, but he threw in a comment that Bears suck on our wrestling podcast.
Juan,
love you,
whoever's
buddy.
out there, y'all jump on. You guys can fight back with him too.
But yeah, I think that I love the fact of the tag team titles for women because they deserve it. And wrestling has come so far with women. As far when we started watching, it was bra and panty man. You had wrestlers. You had Lita. You had Trish. Jacqueline, Mickey James. You had some of those girls that were out there, and then it started to evolve. And I think
I got a question for you. I'm gonna put you on the spot with that. Okay. We're talking about the women wrestlers in the Attitude Era, right?
Okay, yeah,
that's who we're talking about with Trish and Mickey and Jacqueline. Where do you put? So I was watching something. Because I watch a ton of WWE anyway. And see, that's a great point, Brandon, is he brought up Stacy Keibler.
Yep. Where
do we put people like Stacy Keibler and Miss Kitty, the cat, and
Sable.
Sable. Yeah. They're not they revolutionized it, but it's a totally different kind of female wrestler than what you have now, which are legitimate female wrestlers who rival some of the men's matches.
You throw Trish and Lita in a lot of those. That I think from that era. I think you got to throw them in. I mean, Jacqueline was in there. China. I think China's a huge one. I'm probably missing some, but for me back then it was Lita and Trish.
Amazing.
They were amazing. As far as wrestling, not.
Oh, dude, man, how do we space on this one? Beth Phoenix.
She was a little bit after, though.
I mean, she came in tail end of Trish.
Yes,
she came in tail end of Trish and carried it for about 4 years.
I mean, to be honest, Natty is probably one of the most technical women wrestlers you will ever see. Mainly because obviously she trained in the dungeon and
only female ever.
Yeah.
To go through the Heart Dungeon.
But you're right. It's evolved so much, and now I can't even. I mean, they're all like that. I mean, there's some that need to work on. Speaking of that, I haven't seen
Nia Jax.
I haven't seen, but they keep pumping the Eva Marie thing. I didn't see that. Maybe it was on Raw. I don't remember.
I don't think she's come. She's not come to live yet.
Yeah,
it's a lot of these vignettes of being the role model, and man, I hope for her sake she's better because she was horrible.
She was worse than Nia Jax.
She was throwback to the 1990s divas.
Yeah,
that's what she was.
Yeah, 100%.
She was all steak, no sizzle, essentially, or all sizzle, no steak. She was nothing but looks, and I'm really hoping that she can add to it because of the division. That's the thing with the tag is you look where it was with the female, you look where it is now, and it's so deep. I mean, I know we're going to get over to Raw, but I think me and you joked today, 3/5 of the matches on Raw were female matches this time.
Yeah.
And 2 of the 3 were good.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all guess which one I thought sucked.
It can't. Yeah, it's not hard to guess for Steven.
It's not Charlotte Flair's.
Let's. I'll give that match a grade. the opening match of SmackDown. And I'm going to give it a C. And that's being freaking generous.
I can't give it anything but an F because Nia Jax is in it.
I'm giving it a C because of Bayley and Bianca being in it.
Bayley, I love Bayley.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Have you 100%. Heard the rumors that I think I mentioned it to you that there are the rumors that are going around is the match that's going to come to a head is Bayley and Bianca, obviously.
Yeah.
But it could possibly be a hair versus hair because of the whole with Bianca with the whip. And you know who's going to win that? It's going to be Bianca, and Bayley's going to shave her head. And it's going to be really weird looking.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I'm not a huge fan of those kind of gimmicky matches, you know?
No.
Hair versus hair. You know, I did joke with you. We did briefly joke today about if Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns fought, the stipulation could be for ownership of Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman, yeah.
A Paul Heyman match. So, okay. So what's the next one? I'm trying to remember which
Corbin and Shinsuke.
Okay, I don't like Baron Corbin.
Yep.
And I think they've so misused Shinsuke, but that was a good match, man. I actually am really digging the whole stealing the crown thing.
Okay, hold on. First, before we get into this match, who the hell is Rick Boogs?
He's from NXT. That's all I know.
He is.
He's an NXT.
I'm sorry. I don't watch NXT as much as I should. We probably need to start doing that. But I freaking loved it, dude. I thought it was so cool.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. So I found out after the fact he's from NXT, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was something similar to when Shinsuke debuted and they had the random violin player.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of thought. And I'm like, and then they're like, who are you? I'm Rick Boogs. And I'm like, okay, so he's got to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. You are right.
Anytime you can get a live musician playing Shinsuke's, it's awesome.
Yeah. They misused Baron Corbin. I go back to when he won Money in the Bank. This was probably a couple of years ago.
That was dude? That was like 3 years ago, man.
Yeah. They made him lose. Or it was something stupid. I can't remember if somebody's watching.
He did. No. He pissed off the backstage. That's the rumor. He had backstage heat.
Yep.
He did something stupid, and they made him lose on a roll-up pin, and he cashed in. He got rolled up real quick.
And if you all listen to us, you know, if you listened last week, you know how much we love roll-ups to end a match. They are bullshit.
They work in context. Not when you're like, how tall is Baron Corbin? Like what, 6'8"?
6'8".
He's a former NFL player. It doesn't work with him. It works with like a sneak little, like freaking James Ellsworth rolling up somebody. Vince McMahon rolling up somebody. That works. It doesn't work. Like if it's Brock Lesnar rolling someone up, I'm gonna be pissed as hell. You know? Brock doesn't roll people.
Yeah.
But
I did think that match was great though. I thought that match was great. Now, here's the thing.
Right.
Here's the thing about Shinsuke to me, okay? Do you think he's a good wrestler?
I think he is.
Okay. He throws more kicks than doing any kind of technical move to me.
He's a striker.
He is. But he's not out there doing suplexes.
Yeah, the deadliest striker in the WWE.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they mismanaged him. Mm-hmm. I think it's hard too because I think he's similar to Asuka a little bit. Not to say anything bad, but his English is not strong.
No, it's not.
And that's hard. And he's so charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really hard to be charismatic when you can't speak the language well enough to do it on the mic. Like you can only get over so much in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Without being able to work the mic. Unless you have Heyman on your side talking for you. You know? And they did well with Reigns. Reigns wasn't great on the mic. They put Heyman with him, and Reigns has now progressed to where he's better on the mic.
We talked about that today about Reigns. Reigns is probably to us, and at least to me, it's one of the best turns I've seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and shout out to Paul Heyman for a lot of that because Heyman can make you look good on a mic. With him,
what do we say? There's only one person he couldn't get over. It was Curtis Axel.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mr. Perfect, son.
Dude, I will go to my grave saying the biggest mistake that was made with Ronda Rousey was that they didn't just pair her with Paul Heyman and let him speak for her.
Oh, 100%.
Her go out and just annihilate people, just kick people's asses all day.
100%.
That's all she had to do.
That's all.
But she was horrible on the mic. And that's another example. Yeah. Like, she's a great example of when they want you to like someone, and you know they want you to like someone, so you hate them. She didn't take it well. She didn't take well being booed. So, I mean,
anyway,
it's a good point with Shinsuke. It is.
But you are right, too. I agree with you that they've misused Baron Corbin. I think that man should have already held titles.
They stuck him with a horrible King Corbin.
Dude, that's the stupidest. King of the Ring, I get it. You won it, dude. Awesome. But
okay. You know, that's a great idea. Stone Cold won it. He wasn't King Stone Cold. Badass Billy Gunn won it. He wasn't King Ass. So I don't know. It's another example of when they call people up, they don't know what they're doing with them.
Yeah, I still give it a good grade on the match, though.
I will do that. I mean, I was impressed. For me, technical and looking at it, it wasn't like this blow your mind kind of match, but it was entertaining. Like, I find it, and I might be stupid, and if I am, Adam will totally call me out on it, but I find the crown stealing incredibly entertaining. You know, like Shinsuke steals the crown because you got to put context with it too.
You're stupid.
Well, put context with it too, because Shinsuke wore crowns when he was in New Japan.
New Japan, right?
Because he's the king of strong style,
right? So
I mean, I found it. It's kind of like watching. I mean, I know you haven't yet, but it's kind of like watching those blockbuster movies like Army of the Dead. Yeah. They're kind of stupid, but dude, it's just fun. You know, it was just a fun match to watch.
Yeah, it was. What was next? It kind of was the Rollins, Cesaro, Reigns kind of feud was in the middle. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Do we have to?
Well, we do. We don't have to, but we're going to. So I think, okay, something needs to happen. I don't know what the hell they're doing with bringing Rollins in to beat the hell out of Cesaro, but Cesaro is still trying to challenge Reigns. I don't know what's going on, but we've talked about this last week too. Like, who is going to challenge? Who is going to be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns?
Dude, so I've thought about it more.
Okay.
I have thought about it more.
Okay.
I don't know who's going to fight at Hell in the Cell. I have no clue because I don't know. Personally,
it's going to be Cesaro.
I don't think so. Man.
It's going to be Cesaro.
I think it's going to be
You're going to be an Usos.
Yeah. I do. I think it's going to be one of them. But this is my dream, dude. This is my dream. Okay? Because I don't like Brock Lesnar. So I'm not going to say he's coming back out of nowhere to do this.
Right.
I love the idea that Reigns puts a beat down on him. Right? Match over. Mm-hmm. Boom. Out comes Keith Lee. I would love it because that is someone we talked about last week who I think legitimately could take the title from him because his size, his ability, he's believable. And he's been off, dude. I didn't realize. Have you realized he's been off WWE TV for over 3 months?
Yeah, I didn't realize it's been that long.
It's insane to think he's been off TV that long.
That would be cool. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think that would be awesome. I do like Keith Lee.
Just like Kane-esque, just rip that door off. In comes Keith Lee. Bask in my glory.
I would say more of the fact that it's going to be an Uso over that. That might be right. You might be correct on the Uso thing.
Dude, what if the Uso actually beat him?
Oh,
and some a roll up or some like cheating thing, like right hand man turns on him and the Uso rolls him up and wins.
Heyman throws the title in and screws over Roman Reigns.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, I don't know. I know that this little thing they need to figure out. I will say this, and we keep saying we'll get into Raw. We will get into Raw. SmackDown and Raw got to figure out their storylines, dude. Like, they've got to figure out how to increase, or not increase, but they're playing them out too long and for nothing. Like, the whole Rollins and Cesaro, and then Cesaro and Reigns, like, hell, maybe it's a triple threat, Steven. Maybe somehow Rollins gets thrown in there.
I mean, it could. I mean, the thing that it's what we talked about last time, and it's kind of funny because Kofi even talked about it. Rematch after rematch after rematch. I'm tired of the same old matchups. Give me some new shit.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's one of the Usos fighting him.
Yeah, give me something new.
Give me something new. Elevate somebody. Give me freaking Big E versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I would like that. I actually would like that.
We're going to get into that
because you brought Big E up. We're going to get into Big E in a second, but yeah,
we're not talking about Apollo Crews, are we?
Yeah, we're going to have to because that's the fatal 4-way at the end of SmackDown. I want to talk about that, but okay. The next match was the freaking Bobby Roode versus Dominic. That was get the hell out of here. That was just stupid.
Yeah.
Dominic won. Who gives a shit? I do like the fact that Dominic and Ray are champs. I'm fine with that, but I don't. Rude and Ziggler move on. Let's bring something else in. Okay, so the Fatal 4-Way. First of all, I give that match like a high grade. I thought
match was great. That was a good match. That was a great way.
I might even flirt B+, A- somewhere in there.
Take notes, Raw.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you end the show.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well. But what I loved was Aleister Black coming out. I think he's getting ready to get pushed. I don't know what he's going to get pushed for, but I think Aleister Black coming out was huge. And you made a point today when we were talking about how he had the it's a colored contact, obviously, but how his one eye, the miscolored eye. Yes.
Continuity, WWE. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a bold claim. I'll go hot take like you did. Aleister Black will be a world heavyweight title. He will win before the year because as opposed to your take on Riddle, he has directly inserted himself in the title picture as of last week. Riddle's not anywhere near it right now. He could be. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Aleister Black, he has that.
He has all the tools, dude. Literally.
He does,
the look.
man.
Oh, the look.
It's the look, the tools. He's got. I mean, let's be honest, dude. He's got that creepy ass factor, like the Undertaker did, and like Bray Wyatt did, and like the Fiend. And dude, Vince loves that shit. Like he loves to put that stuff out there, and Aleister Black could step right into that.
100%.
I mean, and he's so he is extremely physically gifted.
I don't even know if that's a hot take. I mean, it is because he hasn't been on TV in so long,
and he's never held a title.
I don't think he's never had a title.
He's never held a title.
Has he even fought for a fucking title?
Did he fight for tag one time? Maybe
maybe Intercontinental or US or something.
I'm gonna steal it with you. If you're in listening and shoot it in the comments and let us know if he's if he has. I can't even, dude. I don't even remember if he won the NXT title.
That's true. I don't know.
But dude, he could be.
I love him, by the way. I love Aleister Black.
Well, see, and he's got the look too. That's the thing. Yeah. Like Bray Wyatt, in my opinion, got screwed over big time when he was the cult leader and all of that because he was so set up to be to take that mantle from the Undertaker. And it goes to my example. Vince don't like fat people, and Bray Wyatt is a husky dude.
He likes Kevin Owens.
Dude. Okay, I'm gonna point something out. Okay,
dude, so Kevin Owens has won titles.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is go on if you go on Peacock, watch his what is it? His
365.
365, and he literally comes backstage after his WrestleMania match and asks Vince, "Did you like it?" And Vince goes, "No, no go,
no go." Yeah,
like he never says that. He's not a fan of those. But like what I'm saying with that is like Aleister Black has that kind of. I want to use the word motif, but that's not the right word.
Undertaker.
Yes,
Undertaker.
Just that aura that he could. Yeah. And dude, just with the triple threat match alone too, like the smoke and the light. I mean, let's be honest too. I mean, it's a show. It's entertainment. That's why we love it. But like the way they presented him coming out with the smoke, and then he had the hood, and then you saw the eye, dude. It was so freaking cool.
It makes you. And then it makes you want to watch this Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to watch it.
Yeah, and see that's the fun segue into Monday Night Raw then.
Yeah, because we're going to segue into Monday Night Raw because the way we can work backwards from Monday Night Raw if you want to.
Oh, you want? Yeah, dude, I'll jump right to the end. The end sucked.
It
was horrible.
This is nothing against the women. Nothing against the women,
except for Nia Jax, it's 100% against her. 100%.
The way Raw ended
was
it was worse than horrible. It was dog shit. I'm sorry.
Dude, and like we can be honest, the reason behind all of this is they're setting up whoever the hell is going to be the person to join Alexa Bliss. Which I joked with you today. God, can I just see her wrestle?
Yeah, where's that?
Can I see her wrestle again?
She's great.
Stop putting her on a damn playground with a swing or stuff coming out of her ears. Yeah. I want to see her wrestle because if you just started watching wrestling again in the last 6 months, she's not touched a ring. Mm-mm. And it's really easy to forget how good she legitimately is. She is outstanding. She's the first woman. I mean, fun fact with her, she's the first female wrestler to hold both the Smackdown title and then go over and hold the Raw title. She held both. Not at the same time, but she went from one to the other. She was the first one that Vince trusted to do that. Yep. And now granted, her descent into just utter madness has been really entertaining.
I love the character change for her. I absolutely 100% agree with it. But please, WWE writers or whoever, get her in the ring.
Yes. Let her wrestle.
I get great. The fun house. I get the fun house, the Fiend kind of feel. I love it. Now, please get her in the ring and let her do shit. She's great at it.
She's too good. She's too good a female wrestler to not be in the ring wrestling at this point. She's got to be in there. She only elevates that division. But I say all that to backtrack to the sucky ass match. Okay, let's backtrack to the stupidity.
I mean, what do we need to talk
about? My issue with it all is when you look to, and this is my issue sometimes with Raw in general, is there's too much talking. It's a 2-hour show. Okay.
Raw is 3 hours.
3 hours. It's a 3-hour show, and there was how many matches? 5?
5
matches in 3 hours. There's too much damn talking.
I get it though. I mean, I do get that. You are right. I think there needs to be a couple more. The promos and all the. We can talk about that. When I was a kid, when we were kids, there was way more wrestling involved in weekly episodes of shows versus when it is now. And I get it. They call it, I had one of my buddies it's a male soap opera. And it really is.
Oh yeah.
Not just a male, it's a male and it's a soap opera. And I'm not going to say a male soap opera, but it's a soap opera that I would say, I'm not even going to say more men watch wrestling than women because I don't know that. I don't know that statistic, but it's a soap opera. But for 5 matches, for 3 hours of televised programming is utterly stupid.
It's not enough. It's not enough. And the issue that I had with this Monday was, and the main issue I have with the main event is there were so much better. Like, I would have taken the Riddle match as the main event.
Yep.
I would have taken Charlotte and Asuka.
Hell, dude,
That was a
the Drew and
fantastic match.
The opening match of Drew versus Kofi would have been a better main event.
I mean, I would take any of those. I mean, and don't get me wrong, too. Like, I'm glad that gone are the days of of Raw opening with, the authority figure in the middle of the ring talking for 10 minutes. Like, I'm glad that's gone.
Yeah. Yep.
But man, I'm not. I mean, it's a soap opera. You're right. It's reality TV, for lack of a better term. Yeah. But dude, I want to see some people hit the shit out of people.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Drew McIntyre ask for a third rematch. God love it. I'm so happy Kofi called him out for it.
Yeah, I like
Drew McIntyre. We both do.
Yeah, we love Drew McIntyre. The problem that happened with Drew McIntyre was the fact that his push came in the middle of COVID, or when COVID started, pretty much, because they had him leading up, and
he won the Rumble.
He won the Rumble, which the dude, that was insane. Now, granted, we are going to start getting, and we'll talk about that especially with AEW coming up. They're going to be full capacity, obviously.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got to talk about that. Not just AEW, but the announcement.
Yeah, we'll talk about the announcement of what WWE had. But it's kind of feeling to me that Drew needs to. I'm not going to say back away, but I think it's time to step somebody else into Drew's spot to challenge for Lashley. Who that is, I don't know right now. And don't get me wrong here, people. If you're listening, whether live or on wherever you get your podcast, I love Kofi Kingston. I do, but he is not the person to beat Bobby Lashley. Think back when Kofi lost the title last year. Who do you lose to? Brock Lesnar.
Got squashed in 60 seconds.
60 seconds by Brock Lesnar. So it's not going to be
horrible. I still think it was a horrible decision.
Yeah, that was a horrible decision. But it's not going to be
Brock is going to Brock.
And it's not going to be Kofi to dethrone Bobby Lashley. Sorry. It's not going to happen. They're not going to do that.
Mm-mm. So I don't know who. I really don't. I don't know who it's going to be.
I thought it could have been Strowman, but evidently Strowman's hurt now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the Miz.
Well, the rumor is he's hurt. He did something again to his elbow.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
So, or his abdomen. One of the two. I mean, but I went on record with you last week with that. I don't think they're going to give it to Strowman. They gave him, like, Vince gives you the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Vince McMahon gives you a chance to be the flag bearer, and if you don't hold up to it, he's not going to give you another chance most of the time. Case in point, my man, Kevin Owens. I don't think he's going to get it again, but a great one. Not just that one. Look at Finn Balor, man.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor was the first Universal Champion.
Got hurt.
He got hurt, and it's not his fault. It was a bad move by Seth Rollins. Bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
And Finn has never reached that plateau again.
No, I think
he's done great in NXT.
I think he's perfect for NXT. I think here's the thing too. I think that people like that, like Finn Balor, or even old Bebe, Adam Cole. Boom.
Boom.
I think that they could do when fans come back. I think Adam Cole, like, getting moved up, which I don't think he will. I think he's going to stay in NXT for. I think that's his, in essence, baby.
Mm-hmm. Well, he said it.
Yeah,
he said that he has no desire to move up.
Yeah, I think that with fans being back, I think Finn Balor could make a decent pushback on Raw or SmackDown.
I would like it.
The
rumor going around right now is there's going to be a big call up from NXT.
You know what they need to do, Steven?
I thought about this.
I thought about this tonight before we got on. They need to do a draft.
A
They need
brand
to
draft
mix.
again?
They
Another
need to
one?
do. I think they need to mix it up again. Why in the hell is Seth Rollins not on Raw?
That's a great question.
Like, to me, I think Seth Rollins should be on Raw.
Well, my issue with that, with him, is they kept him and Reigns on Raw forever,
Yep.
right? Because flagship shows, number one show. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Yep.
Let's get going. All you had to do was move one of them to SmackDown.
Yep.
Beef it up on SmackDown, but they are both there. They're already both there now.
Yep.
And you brought it up last time. We've seen that act before of Reigns and Rollins.
Yep.
And I love Seth Rollins. I don't know if he's on here yet. My brother's going to jump on. He's not a huge fan of him, but he embodies the roles really well. I think he's probably one of the best wrestlers on the roster right now. I don't know what the hell they're doing with him, though. I have no clue.
Dude, I don't know. I can't stand that because I freaking love Seth Rollins, dude.
Dude, I've not been a fan since he changed over to being the Monday Night Messiah. I didn't like that. I didn't like it.
I don't know. I didn't like that.
I love burn it down. I love that.
And I love that heel or babyface.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care either way.
Can we just say, me and you have joked about this with Seth Rollins because we go down rabbit holes here on Turnbuckle. Is one of the biggest mistakes I feel.
We've already went down rabbit holes. We're not. Yeah. We don't ever stay on course on bullet points.
No. But we're just having fun tonight.
Yeah.
With just talking about how bad Nia Jax is.
Drinking beer, getting unfiltered.
Cheers. But can we have both said one of the biggest mistakes was when he came back from his knee injury and they brought him back a heel.
I'm sorry. Excuse my language. They fucked that up.
Oh, tremendous. I have never, since Stone Cold, I don't think I had ever heard a pop when he came out that Monday night.
It was.
And he was a heel. He was coming back as a heel, and he couldn't contain it. How excited he was. You could see it. And then he gets in the ring and he disses the fans, and it was bad timing. It was just not a smart move because he plays babyface really well too.
Oh, he does. He does.
Sometimes I'm bootstraps up and I'm gonna beat Brock Lesnar and gee golly, and I love you all, but I dig it. I do dig it. I actually prefer Seth Rollins.
I actually prefer him as a heel over a babyface.
See, I like when he's a babyface. Like I actually like.
When he was a good babyface is when Becky Lynch was still there, and they kind of for like a split second
did like the mixed tags,
thing, and I wish they kind of would have went a little bit longer with that.
Dude, she's looking ready.
Oh, she's looking real ready. She's ripped.
She is looking. For those who don't know, look it up on Instagram. It's like the account that for Seth Rollins' gym. And everyone's talking about it. And there's a woman in the front and a woman in the back. And it's like Becky Lynch is lifting, and people are really mistaken. It's not Becky Lynch in the front.
No, she's in the back.
Girl in the back carrying like a bench press. Yeah. That's Becky Lynch. She's ready, dude. She's ready. The pop. They're waiting for live crowds.
That's 100%
live crowds.
I don't think
the pop she will get will be insane.
You do not bring Becky Lynch back without having live crowds.
Well, we say that, but in my opinion, they fucked up and they did the Undertaker's retirement with no live crowd.
Yeah, we already talked about that last week, that they need to redo that.
They will. Vince loves him too much. So we worked our way. We got stuck, and then we went down the rabbit hole.
Okay, Drew versus Kofi, actually, I thought was a really, really good match. I give it a B+. It was 30 minutes. If you don't realize that, it was 30 minutes. I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending at all, but I thought the overall match was good. I give it a B+. Rhea versus Nikki Cross.
Dude, that was just fun. That was just
I liked it.
Dude, I forgot how much fun Nikki Cross is.
Oh, I love her.
She's so animated, so hyped up, and so misused. I mean, it's another example of them pulling people up and not knowing what the hell to do with them.
Yep, 100%.
I mean, she's so energetic and so hilarious to watch.
Okay, here's my thing. With her, I think you can push Nikki Cross. I really do.
Dude, fans would get behind her. I think that was the purpose of this.
Right. Okay, my match of the night was Charlotte and Asuka. I literally give it an A.
It was a good match, and we've seen it so many times before.
Exactly, though. That's my problem.
But it was good.
I give the match an A, 100%. Give it an A. It's getting, it's every week now.
It really is. I mean, it's not. And we talked about it last week.
Make up your
it's
fucking
my biggest
mind.
issue.
If you want Charlotte to challenge Rhea, or if you want Asuka to do it, are you going to do another triple threat? Make up your goddamn mind on this, people. Like, seriously.
Well, that's my issue with the women's division in general. Is why stop with the damn triple threats?
Mm-hmm.
Just put mono. Like the biggest mess up. I said it last week was the insertion of Charlotte Flair in the main event with Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. What the hell was the point of it?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you make that? Why? It was going to be huge anyway.
Yeah.
But like to talk about this match, the match was awesome. We talked today. I loved that you can go online, you can see the video where there are moves that Charlotte did where she learned them from her fiance Andrade.
Mm-hmm.
And they show them like right on top of each other doing the moves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's so talented. She really is. But I'm with you. I mean, I do like it. I like her and Ripley.
I like the feud, but it's got to end.
The feud's good. But I'm with you. I was listening back to our last episode, and I mean, I'm with you on what you said last time too. Rhea Ripley needs to hold the title, hold it for a while.
She does.
I mean, she's so different than 100%. Any other female on the roster.
She's built different. She
wrestles different.
She just. I don't know, man. I
don't want anybody to take offense to this, but like they said this in the Beth Phoenix documentary too, as a compliment. Dude, Rhea Ripley wrestles like a dude, man. Yeah. She wrestles like a wrestler. She's slamming people. She's rough, and I love it.
And
100%. I mean, I love that match. That was actually my second favorite match of the night.
I was gonna say because I'm gonna get.
I love the Sheamus.
Yeah, you did.
I love, but the match.
I'm going somewhere. I was going somewhere totally different. But go ahead if you want to talk about
the match itself.
You're talking about your little. You like the ending when Ricochet came in. I love the ending.
Well, I love Ricochet. I think Ricochet is one of the most
if anybody doesn't know Steven, Steven loves KO, but he loves Ricochet too.
Well, I mean, Ricochet. Okay, so first of all, Ricochet is from the town I was born in, Paducah, Kentucky. That's right, people. But also, dude, Ricochet's been wrestling since he's 15. I'm gonna go on a rant. about Ricochet for like 2 minutes, man.
Shit. Hold on. While you do that, start talking.
I'm not big. You're big.
I know. That's what she said.
So my thing with Ricochet is he's so underutilized, 100% underutilized. And the thing that I have the issue with is he is different than any other wrestler on the roster. The dude can do things that I've never seen. We've talked
about him. He's like he should.
Dude, we talked about him before he signed with NXT.
He should be dead with some of the things he's done.
Dude, look it up. There's literally a move where he moonsaults from the second row outside, and I swear he gets 20 feet of height. I mean, and just this beautiful, beautiful moonsault. I mean, he is so talented.
Uber athletic.
And he's so misused. Mm-hmm. That's my issue with Ricochet, is that
this seems to be a common.
Look at the pop he got.
This seems to be a common theme, Steven, of us saying
misused.
The wrestlers that are misused. And I don't know if that's a Vince thing, if that's a.
Well, here's the question for you, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you flushed out and you gave these young guys a legitimate chance, what was the most popular period in WWE history?
Attitude Era.
Okay, and what happened? What happened to cause the Attitude Era? Old talent left to get more money at WCW, which I love WCW. And they had to go with the young talent. Mm-hmm. They had to develop the talent.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore.
I think they develop
the same stuff.
I think they develop the talent. I think they just don't. Meaning they hone their craft down at the Performance Center in NXT. And NXT is its own brand now. It's not like the minor leagues of
not
Raw.
OVW.
Right. It's not, Ring of Honor, FCW, any of those people. It goes back to people being misused. And
dude, it goes back to Vince. I mean, let's be honest. Who runs NXT? It's Triple H. Triple H, he puts these people in spots.
Are you saying it's time for Vince to let the reins go?
Man, I'm never going to say that.
The guy's a fucking genius, Steven.
I'm not going to say it. But I don't think he needs to let the reins go. I think he needs to listen to other people. You know what I mean?
Listen to his team.
He needs to listen to the team, because you do hear stories where he changes. Like you hear, like the best story, the number one story you hear is the streak, Undertaker's streak.
Yeah.
Undertaker was going over until they got there, and Vince was like, "No, you're going to lose." Like, no one knew.
I go back to that picture of the guy with the big eyeballs, and just like when he lost that.
I mean, he was just stunned. But I mean, I'm not saying it's time that Vince hangs up anything. The guy, there's a reason why he's a billionaire, and he's the king of wrestling.
He's not going to. He's going to do that.
But Triple H does a great job.
He does.
I mean, I'll give him that. Triple H and I give him credit too. Triple H has taken himself off air. He's not a prominent character anymore.
Yeah.
But like, that's my thing is, if you were to flush it and you gave these young guys a chance, what happens?
I'm not even saying flush it. I'm saying push new talent.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I am a huge believer in Damian Priest. Huge. Yeah. And obviously Riddle. I made a bold statement last week. And if you're listening,
I was told I should come back at you for that.
Yeah, you should come back at me for that. But don't waste Riddle and Damian Priest. We go back to it again and wasting talent, and I think finally Damian Priest is kind of moving off the Miz thing, and
yeah, which I'm glad.
And don't get me wrong, I love your brother hates it. I love it. I love that Rated RK Bro. I think it's two so different personalities that would mesh perfectly as a tag team. Now, Randy Orton to me needs to be fighting for titles. I mean, he's probably, for me, legitimately, and this isn't because he's from St. Louis, Missouri, where I'm from, but he's probably Google that. Randy Orton to me, and this is just me personally, is top 5 all time.
Well, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you with Randy Orton, my opinion on where he's at now is he can be in the title picture, but he's to the point, in my opinion, in his career, where it's more important that he gives the rubs to who needs them.
He to me,
he gave a huge rub to Keith Lee.
He to me is maybe not in the same boat as Ric Flair was to other people. He can make anybody look good in a wrestling ring. But the difference with Randy Orton versus Ric Flair is Randy Orton is way more offensive than what Ric Flair was. Ric Flair on record said he's like, I had 3 moves. I had a chop, a hip toss, and the figure 4.
Yeah.
Randy Orton is probably like who came out and said, I think it was JBL. JBL came out and said that if he could clone a wrestler, it would be Randy Orton. And I 100% agree with that. I mean, we never stay on topic on this.
I know. Let's talk about one more match on Raw, and then we'll jump over to AEW because I love me some AEW.
You're gonna go with Riddle and Woods?
Yeah, I mean it was a great match.
That was the match that I was gonna say because you said the Sheamus match for you.
Yeah,
that I was gonna say that was my favorite match was the Riddle and Woods just because Xavier Woods gets no freaking credit for how good he is.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't get any credit for it. I mean, we talked about last time. You feel bad for him sometimes. Dude, let's be honest. What's he most well known for? He's well known for two things. One I can say, one I can't.
Yeah. We'll just say Paige.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Look it up on your own later, only
Yeah.
if you're over the age of 18.
Yes.
But, I mean, that match went through 3 commercial breaks.
It did.
And it was great.
It was really good.
I will tell you this. I'm not a huge fan of rated RK Bro, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, I'm interested to see. We talked about it today.
Mhm.
Do they take Randy Orton softer or do they make Riddle harder? I would like to see them make Riddle harder.
I think you got to go that way. You don't make Randy Orton softer. Dude.
You make him more intense. Randy Orton has said it himself. He's more comfortable being the dick.
He is.
Do you
not think that Riddle?
He's great at it.
You don't think Riddle got a little more aggressive?
No, I do. I do. I think they went more edge with him. You saw him get really intense in the match.
Yeah.
But I think that's the way they got to go. You can't make Orton doesn't play a good baby face. He just doesn't. He's so much better at playing a heel.
Yeah.
So much better at it. But that match was awesome, man. That match was a very, very close second for me. I mean, it was really entertaining. It was fun to see. And you can't beat the fact that he basically dedicated it to Orton with the RKO at the end.
So if that was great. But Orton comes out on Twitter and says, "Don't use my moves, bro.
Don't use my move, man. Don't use my move."
Okay,
man.
so let's grade it. Let's give the show an overall grade as Steven cracks a beer. That a boy. That's my boy right there. Raw. What do you give it? Overall.
C.
Okay. SmackDown.
SmackDown was a B.
Okay. I'm gonna say CC.
Hey, just so everybody knows, we're going to go over an hour again. Maybe like an hour. I'm thinking, what do you think? Hour and 10 minutes probably.
Probably longer. Who gives a shit? But everybody
we're just going to roll, man. We got so much
more to
talk
roll,
about.
Baby. And quick plug. We appreciate you guys. I know I've seen people tuning in live tonight. That's awesome. If you watch us later on YouTube or Apple or Spotify, wherever you guys get podcasts, we appreciate you too. And quick shout out to our sponsors, which is One Call Technology, leader in telecommunications. We can say, and for all of you that know us, this is mine and Steven. We work there. We can save you some money on your telecom bills, phone service, whatever you guys need. Give us a shout, 615-656-1343. I'm sorry, that's a local number. I really need to memorize the 800 number. I should know that because I found the damn number. But give us a shout. We can help you. It doesn't matter where you're at in the United States. We can help you guys. So
let's
give us
not
a
forget.
shout.
Also, merch.
Yeah,
Go to our link tree.
Go to our link tree. We have merch, shirts, hoodies, freaking stickers,
coffee.
I'm gonna tell you guys
face mask.
I'm gonna tell you an awesome one, guys. And it's phone cases. It doesn't matter what phone you have. Every phone case is $19.99. Tell me where you can find another freaking phone case for that's good. That's a durable phone case.
Turnbuckle, man.
You get to rep the turnbuckle time.
And I want to ask this. Okay. The first person to buy something off the website, you need to @ us or DM us on Twitter.
Yep.
And I want to talk to you.
Yep.
Shit, I may have you on because I want to see what you buy. If you buy something from the store, I want to see, snap a picture and send it to us. If you got a sticker for the back of your car, snap it and send it. You got a t-shirt, send it to us. Just we're blessed enough to get to do this. We're lucky enough that you guys listen. Mm-hmm. And it's just literally it's two idiots talking pro wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, look, guys, we are not – there are a ton of wrestling podcasts. And by the way, thank you to everybody in our group chats that support us and retweet and follow us and try to help push our stuff. There are a ton. They get great guests. We're just laid back two dudes that are just giving our own
We may
opinions.
have guests. We may not.
We may not. We may, but we're just two dudes giving opinions on wrestling, and it's just something that we love to do.
It's just fun.
It really is. But yeah, please go check the merch out on our link tree. We will put that in our episode.
Hit him with the promo code, Adam. There's a promo code.
There is a promo code. What was it? Summer 21, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Free shipping.
Until
how much was it?
No, it's 10% off. 10% off.
That's right.
10% off of anything on our store right now, on our merch store, until June the 1st. So you guys, please go check it out and buy you a t-shirt. I mean,
great prices.
The prices are on there. I'm telling you though, the phone case for $19.99 is a steal. So go grab you one, and then if you do, like Steven said, send us a picture of it, DM us, let us know. We'll give you a shout out. Hell, we might even bring you on for a little bit on the show just to talk wrestling. So that's our shameless plug on sponsors and merch.
I want to talk AEW.
We are going to talk AEW. So.
Wait! Before we do that,
okay, what do you got?
The one thing we for those if you are watching this and for some reason you didn't watch SmackDown or Raw, it's really important. WWE is back on the road in July. July 15th.
Thank you for remembering that. Yes,
they are 25 dates. They are back on the road. I don't know. They're being very, very strategic on where they're putting this.
The first episode, the first live episode. Is going to be it's SmackDown.
Suck it, Raw.
Suck it, Raw. Get better fucking endings.
Fix the Nia Jax problem, and maybe you can have it.
But yeah, that's huge. And just in general, we've talked about this before. Steven runs another podcast. I I co-host another podcast as well. Just in general of sports. Steven, if you guys are watching live, is pointing at his Colts. He runs the
It's No Horsing Around podcast.
Yeah, and I have the 19th green, which I did tonight. Jumped right over to do turnbuckle. So
Adam doesn't play. He just keeps rolling, baby.
I keep pounding
baby.
Baby. Just sports in general, Steven, is great to see fans back interacting. And perfect example, real quick, not a shameless plug here, but if any of you are golf fans and watched the PGA Championship with Phil Mickelson winning and the crowd coming behind him, is almost Tiger-esque of when he won the Players' Champion. And I love Phil Mickelson. It was just awesome to see the gallery back. And now that fans are coming back to WWE. Now, AEW is a little different. They're going to be full capacity on the 30th for their pay-per-view.
Great segue
into AEW. I'm going to go ahead and say I really want to talk about it. Me and Steven have been talking, guys, and I think I really want to do this, dude. I really want to order that pay-per-view. And I want to do it, and I want us to be together in the same room doing a live. I want to go live.
Ooh, y'all heard it here first.
I want to go live, and it's weird to say I want to go live first on an AEW show versus a WWE because we are WWE guys, we really are. But I'm telling you, AEW for Steven at least, for me, gives more of a WCW vibe.
Yeah,
am I right in saying that? For you?
For me, it is. It gives it. You said that last week too.
I did.
It's got more of a WCW vibe. Obviously, y'all who listen to this know I was a huge WCW guy. I just like it. I like it. The matches are good, and maybe it's because they're fresh. It feels fresh. You're watching.
It's something different. It's something different.
I mean, but they do a really good job. Let's not get it twisted and turned around. Yes, Kenny Omega is number one. Yes, Mox is number one, and the Young Bucks, people who have been around, people who though you haven't seen really, unless you're really watching. You did not see Kenny Omega over in New Japan. You did not see the Young Bucks, right? so you didn't see these ones, and they've done a great job. I mean, dude, just look at the talent they brought from WWE and how they flourished there too. One of my personal favorites is Miro.
Mm-hmm.
He's done fantastic. Darby Allin. I mean, you can go on and on and on on how they've done it.
And some of those guys I had never heard of until I started watching them. For instance, I love the Varsity Blondes.
Okay. For those who don't know, tell them who's in the Varsity Blondes.
Oh, so Pillman Jr.
Brian Pillman Jr. Guys.
I was a big Brian Pillman fan because he was.
And his dad wrestled. And what was the name of his dad's tag team? What was the name, man? Come on. Do I need to say it? Are you
just say it?
Shit?
Just say it.
It's the Hollywood Blondes with him and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So they
know what's funny is
they were the number one contenders this past week.
What was funny is I didn't even think about that until you said it. When I was like, "Oh my god, they are the Hollywood Blondes! Holy shit, that's so cool!"
Dude, he talked about his dad on last week's episode.
He did in a promo
because somebody said something. Somebody talked shit about his dad, and that he was only there because of his dad, which for those who know is not true because Brian Pillman died. Brian Pillman Jr. was very small. He had nothing to do with it. Go watch Dark Side of the Ring and you'll understand.
So, okay. AEW.
Yes. My shit. For those who know, this right here, this is Chattanooga. Hopefully next week, my brand spanking new AEW hat's going to be here.
Steven might have a little surprise for me because I might have bought some Turnbuckle Times merch for us too.
Ooh.
I don't know if it'll be here in time, but maybe. I love. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because, like we said, it's a change from what we normally watch. Something exciting about AEW too. We found out that they're picking up a second show. It's only going to be an hour.
It's going to be in 2022, though.
It is going to be in 2022. But what did you say? Is it going to be taped matches for like dark matches or something?
Yeah. So obviously I love AEW, and the way they're going to work is so in 2022, because y'all know too, AEW is not freaking on right now because they get fucked around with a little bit by the NBA playoffs.
Don't get me wrong, I love professional basketball, but
it messes with the shows. They're tired of that.
Yeah.
And so then 2022 they're moving to TBS. Dynamite is. And on TNT they're going to put a 1-hour show on called AEW Rampage. What that is, so for those who don't know also, you can go on YouTube. AEW puts all their stuff for free on YouTube where you can watch all the matches. Their dark matches, everything. Rampage is going to be a combination. It's going to kind of be, for those wrestling fans, it's going to be like Saturday Main Event back in the day. Mm-hmm. They're pre-taped. They're matches that went on after or before
they're dark
Dynamite
matches.
Came on.
They're dark matches.
Yeah, it's and the thing is, it's going to be taped. So what?
Guess what?
Screw off. It's a way to get more talent seen.
Well, if any of you that don't know anything about AEW, you can go on YouTube and watch the freaking dark matches.
Yeah, dude, Sammy G, he fought in one of the dark matches this past week, and I don't like him. He's smug ass. I don't like him at all, really.
I'm sitting here like I just
plus, for those who know too, I don't like what he had to say about my girl Sasha Banks way back in the day.
Yeah,
so
you can Google that too if you need to. But
but so that's kind of the really cool news with AEW. They're going to expand to 2 shows. I mean, there's a little bit of worry on, is there going to be fatigue? You got 2 WWE shows, you got 2 AEW shows, 4 nights a week of wrestling, essentially. Are you going to be fatigued? Hell no.
I don't give a shit because it provides us
more content.
More content to talk about. And like you said, and again, like we both said, this is not a, oh my God, we're going to dive deep into every match and what happened. This is just us 2, like he said, 2 idiots talking wrestling.
I mean,
we with our own opinions.
We just grew up. We grew up wrestling fans.
Yes, 100%.
And we're just, you just want to talk about the things you enjoy, and we enjoy wrestling. And I mean, for me, personally speaking, I think AEW is a better product right now. That's
Wow,
just me. That's my hot take.
that's a bold take there.
I think AEW, but I think the difference too is, honestly, is that
it's not stagnant. It's not stagnant with.
It's not, and they're trying new things. They're bringing young talent from the indies up. You get to see that. I don't know, and let's be honest too with ourselves, man. You need to WWE needs AEW, just like AEW needs WWE.
Oh,
iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff gets stale when you don't have competition. The best both brands ever were with WCW and WWE was the Monday Night Wars because they pushed each other to be better. When WWE was the only product out there, let's be honest, dude, there's a stretch of time where it was not good. It was not fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said last week. Remember, I was not a WCW guy until about the 83 days or 83 weeks that Bischoff won.
Baby. 83 weeks at number one.
It was really hard because obviously back then we didn't have DVRs and we didn't, you
watched one or the other because they
had
were
to watch one
at the same time,
or you had to flip channels. You know what I mean? Like
let's also say AEW did totally run NXT off of the same night.
Yep, they did
because they were beating them. But let's talk about AEW. Okay. I want to talk about AEW because I think the matches were better. From the first match to the last match.
Most of them were. Christian Cage and Seidel was great.
Which surprised the shit out of me. Me and you talked about that. I was not sure what to expect with Christian. Because he looks older.
He looks really good, man.
He looked really good. He fits that role well. And Seidel is dude is ridiculous.
Hold on. Are you laughing for the same reason that I'm laughing about his box?
Yes, because he's so talented. For those who don't know him, he's Evan Bourne when he was in the WWE. But there's obviously the clip of him slipping on the turnbuckle when he goes for the shooting star press. And he's lucky he didn't break his neck.
Yeah, he's lucky he's not dead.
I only laugh because every time I see it, I think of the caption the first time I saw it, which was when God decides he's going to choke slam you. Because he just goes up and just boom, comes right down, man. But that was a great match. That was a really good opening match.
I don't know what else to say about it. I thought it was a great. The thing about AEW that I've noticed is that their storylines aren't they don't keep them very long sometimes. And not everybody wrestles every week.
They've got so many. That's the best part. There's not just this top storyline. They've got,
times you forget. There's times you forget. You're like, oh shit, I forgot Billy Gunn freaking wrestled in AEW. Yeah. And then 3 weeks later he's wrestling.
Well, it's like you've got your. I just love it because you've got your top storyline. Obviously, so you have Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle, right? Yep. That's the top storyline. But then you have the great storyline that you had with Miro and Darby. You have the great storyline with right now with Mox, Kingston, and the Young Bucks. You have these great storylines that are on multiple layers. Mm-hmm. And you've seamlessly went to now you have Miro versus what is it, Archer?
Yeah,
Miro and Archer. I'm gonna make you my Bulgarian bitch.
That was so freaking awesome.
And then he was like very funny. I haven't heard that before,
dude. Lance Archer is a beast,
dude. And shout out to the fact that Jake the Snake is his mentor in there too.
Yeah.
And Jake doesn't look bad. He doesn't look bad.
No,
he doesn't look great, but he looks way better than he used to.
I want to talk about Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Yes, please, God. Yes. Let's do that. Let's go there together.
They are so damn perfect together. They are. I thought their match was good with versus the Acclaimed. I thought. I'd give it maybe a B- on that part. I thought it was good. The ending was just kind of, but Those two together, and Moxley is hilarious to me, and so is Eddie Kingston.
Yeah,
they're just downright funny with like
they're good buddies too. Like they're really good buddies.
They've known each other for a long time.
But you can see that in the ring.
I mean, they go back to indie days. Eddie Kingston. A lot of people might not even know who Eddie Kingston is. If you're new to wrestling, you don't know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But if you Google him, he's been around, man, for a long time. Not the most technical wrestler there is, but
no, not by any stretch. But it works so well.
It does. They feed off each other well, and I think that when Moxley first came over from Dean Ambrose was who he was in WWE. When he came over from WWE to AEW, he got the big push. Him and Jericho and Kenny Omega. They had to, because those were, when they first started, those were the staple guys. The Young Bucks.
You had to bring along the other talent to raise it up to where you could.
And don't get me wrong, if Jon Moxley holds the AEW title, I'm fine with it.
Dude, here's a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Orange Cassidy takes the title off of Kenny Omega?
No.
Man, I want
it to.
I love Orange Cassidy.
I wanted to, but I don't think he does. Let's just say something about Kenny Omega real quick. The man holds 4 titles.
Appears on 2 different shows every week.
3.
What's the third one? He always appears on Impact. He appears on AEW. What's the third one?
Ring of Honor or New Japan. Is he not a New Japan person? Doesn't he have like the North American? I don't know what it is. Or Ring of Honor?
New Japan.
Ring of Honor? Ring of Honor? Maybe
he may have Ring of Honor. I think he might have Ring of Honor.
Maybe it's Ring of Honor.
He might have Ring of Honor.
This is where we need a like I have on my golf podcast. Thank you, Brad.
Shout out to anybody who wants to come on and be our statistician.
Statistician. That's a hard word to say after you have
wrestletician. We'll call you a wrestletician. You can be our wrestletician. You can check our facts on who owns the titles. I mean, he owns a lot, dude. He owns a lot. I would love. It would make me very happy to see Orange Cassidy take the title from him. I do think you're going to have to take it from him sooner rather than later. You can't have the executive VP hold the title for that long.
Yeah.
I think Cody does it really well with the fact that Cody Rhodes does not, and they played it into a storyline that he wouldn't challenge. But he's come out and said, like, he's a VP. He doesn't want to be the face in the ring. He's not in the ring a lot anymore anyway.
Yeah.
He wants to develop the other stars. And the Young Bucks for a long time weren't going to challenge for the tag titles.
Yeah, let's say something about Cody being the American Dream.
Oh, hell yes.
I freaking love it, dude.
I mean, I love his nickname, the American Nightmare.
Yeah, I do too. And shout out Dusty Rhodes. God rest your soul.
Well, you know why he gets to do it. You know why? He gets to do it because he finally won the trademark copyright. And that was a big thing. Because he was never, if you guys look it up.
He was never Cody Rhodes.
Never Cody Rhodes. He was the American Nightmare.
And he was just Cody.
The American Nightmare Cody. He finally got his name.
Yeah.
From WWE finally gave Cody Rhodes his own freaking name back.
Yeah.
And let him have it to roll with it. So, I mean, dude, I'm excited. I don't really know what it really means when he's walking out as the American Dream.
Are they going to play Dusty Rhodes' music for him? I don't know.
They're going to come out in yellow polka dots.
Okay. We're at an hour and 15 minutes almost. So
yeah, we're going to just keep rolling, you guys. Stick with us.
Please stick with us. My, by far, and it's not even a match, favorite moment of the night was the promo.
Promo was good.
The Inner Circle promo.
Oh, the Inner Circle. I thought you were talking about Cody. The Inner Circle one was awesome.
Inner Circle promo. Minus Sammy Guevara. Get the fuck out of here.
Whatever, I don't like Sammy Guevara.
I mean, some of you might like him. I mean, I don't mind him as a
Jericho. I think he loves him, by the way.
Sammy Guevara in the ring?
Yeah.
Great. Promo.
This is why we're never going to have guests. Probably because we talk shit about other people.
Just talk shit about a lot of people, but
Jericho loves him. Jericho rated him on Broken Skull Sessions as one of his favorite people to wrestle with. Top 5 all time.
And think about that. Think about the people that.
How the hell does he make top 5 all time, Adam? He's wrestled Shawn Michaels.
We're not gonna have another Apollo Crews moment, are we?
No, because he doesn't have a Nigerian accent out of nowhere.
So he's from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Dude, I don't want to go down.
Let's not
I'm not
flip back
throwing
to
shit
WWE.
tonight. I'm not throwing shit tonight. I'm calmer because Apollo Crews was Apollo Crews, and Sam. I mean, we're talking AEW now. We're talking AEW. We've moved past Apollo.
That promo was A+ for me.
Dude, how cool is it every time Jericho comes out that they sing his song?
Yeah, Judas in my mind.
I mean, and then they show the crowd, and they're going ape shit. The crowd is. The music cuts, and they're going insane.
I'm not ashamed to say this. I have that song downloaded on my Apple Music.
For those who don't know, that's his ringtone.
It's not my ringtone. Get the fuck out of here.
You're right. Charlotte Flair's intro music is his ringtone.
Yeah, I want when I walk into work, I want Steven to just play that for me, and
it's okay. When I walk into work, I play Shawn Michaels' theme song.
Well, this is top-notch fucking wrestling radio, right? Wrestling radio right now, baby. My God,
we have gone down the rabbit hole. Let's get back to AEW.
Okay, but yeah. Anyway,
there's one match I want to talk about.
Well, go ahead.
I want to talk about the last match, and forget the match. I want to talk about the ending.
Okay,
dude, I loved the fact that Mox and Kingston came out and choked out the Young Bucks and stole their shoes. Okay,
dude, I was dying. I was dying.
The funniest part is is Mox is kind of staring at Kingston like, "What are you doing?" And then you hear Shivani go, "They're taking their socks." And he's taking, but the fun thing is just the layers. It's funny as shit that they did that, but then on top of it too, there's meaning behind that for like when you come from the rough neighborhoods like they do, of you beat someone up and you take their shoes so they can't chase you down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they left him in the ring shoeless. It was funny, dude. It was a great way to end the show.
That's how you end a show.
That's how, not with Nia Jax, not with Shayna Baszler challenging a male wrestler.
Reggie.
Me, you, next week.
Yeah, that was.
Well, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I think
AEW was hands down the best show of the week.
That's where I was getting ready. That's where I was getting
best show of the week.
I think it was the best show of the week. I freaking love the Young Bucks.
Dude, they're really, really good heels.
They're good either way, I think, but they are really good heels. You are right. They are really
the heels they are right now. That cocky, that coming out in brand new Jordans.
Yeah.
The cold spray. I mean, they're really, really good.
I think AEW is using their storylines and their talent better than what WWE is right now. Their storylines are better. It's more engaging for me to watch AEW versus. And don't get me wrong, I watch SmackDown and I watch Raw every week.
Mm-hmm.
But AEW is, and I don't know if it's because it's newer, it's fresh. You know what I mean? Like, and they've gotten some WWE big time WWE guys to come over, and Jericho, Miro. Freaking, it used to be Jack Swagger, but now it's Hagar or Christian, that's still a shocker to me.
Fucking Sting.
Yeah, Christian is still a shocker to me. I don't know.
Well, I thought he retired because the other part too, like you said, with it is it's new, it's fresh. But think about this too, man. Cody fought Jericho in the beginning. Has he fought him since? Not really.
Not that I can
remember. Mox fought Kenny Omega in the beginning. Have they fought since? Not really.
Mm-hmm.
Cody had the massive feud with MPJ.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Have they fought since? Not really.
You mean MJF?
MJF, sorry. MJF. But I don't know why I said I'm thinking Michael Porter Jr. But
shameless plug into no
shameless plug for the Nuggets. But you look, those are great matches, great builds, and they've not repeated them.
Right.
They built it, they hit it, they let it go.
Their storylines are fresh.
They are. I mean, I think it helps that you've got wrestlers who are running it. You got extremely talented ones like with Kenny Omega,
Well,
the Young Bucks, but then you have Cody, who grew up in the business too.
They're running it, but financially backed by Tony Khan,
who has $8 billion.
Yeah, we looked that up, by the way. We Googled that the other day.
He's worth more than Vince McMahon.
All right, so we agree that AEW was the better show this week. I'm going to say Raw was the worst show this week.
Man, it was just for me with Raw. The issue I have with Raw, what we talked about earlier, which is just 5 matches in 3 hours is not enough for me.
Mm-mm.
And the matches in 3 of the 5, and like I said, I don't get it twisted around. I'm not saying I have an issue with the female wrestlers because 2 of the 3 matches were great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the Rhea Ripley one was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The one you chose to end it on was dumb as shit, and it's just – it is what it is, man. It just pissed me off when you watch that end. And
if you had to choose out of the 5 matches that were on Raw, what would you have ended it with? I would have ended it with Drew and Kofi, just because it's.
Yeah, but that I can see that, but that's you kind of feel like is it played out with that because they can end it. I would have with how each match ended originally. I would have ended with the Sheamus one.
Wow.
And I would have done it because I liked the run-in by Ricochet. It's a good way to end the show with like Sheamus backing up the ramp and he's like, oh my God, and they're in the ring calling him out and you cut out.
Yeah.
Like it's a good way to end it. Mm-hmm. It would have been that or the Riddle match was fantastic too. Yeah, it would have been one of those two.
Yeah, I was going to say the Riddle and Woods match might have been better to end it on. So,
but they're not going to put them. I mean, it is what it is. Raw missed the boat. You know, they've got to start building towards Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
You know, something that I want to touch on before we end that's interesting to me is, and they brought it up, is when you watch boxing, right? You know what the match is. UFC, you know what the match is. You're able to get excited about it. Why not announce the matches for next week?
Yeah.
Let you get excited. Like we know Kofi and Drew are fighting next week. Mm-hmm. It's played out, but we know it. Mm-hmm. Why not announce the matches prior to so you can get some build for Raw and SmackDown?
Right.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not a billionaire running the wrestling company. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see kind of what happens this week. I mean, we've got AEW coming on Friday.
Anybody that's listening live, again, we appreciate you. If you're listening on Apple, this will be put out on Thursday. So we, like Steven said, we got AEW on Friday. We got SmackDown on Friday. We'll have another episode of Raw on Monday. I don't know what else to say other than hopefully WWE steps their game up a little bit more and to kind of get to the AEW side. Again, our personal opinions.
Our very humble
What the hell opinions. Are you? By the way, what the hell are you clicking?
I got a piece of tape that's just keeping my hands from throwing shit today.
Anyway, we appreciate you guys.
Keeps me from throwing shit against the wall because of how pissed off I am about Raw.
We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We appreciate you guys if you're listening. Please, please, please subscribe, share, review it. We don't care who it is.
If you're on Apple, go hit the 5-star.
Subscribe, and then you can unsubscribe and then subscribe again.
I don't know. I don't know if that does shit, but
I don't know what it does. Yeah, do it. And then also on YouTube, go follow our YouTube channel. Same thing. You can watch us. If you didn't get to watch us live, you can watch this on YouTube.
And for those who listen, we are so appreciative. On my other podcast, my other co-host Zach brought this up too. If you want to see you don't see everything. You don't see the funny reactions, obviously. So if you want to see us, go on YouTube. Subscribe it on there. You're going to be able to see it all. You know, it's worth it. Trust me. It is worth it.
It is worth it.
Because you can see the Bay hat.
The Bay. Let me zoom in on that one more time. There you go.
Here's the Chattanooga one, but I'll have my AEW hopefully by next week.
All right, brother. It was fun. We will.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday night, guys.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Let's freaking go.